I'm Christine Winter. We are bringing you this special report with breaking news out of Flint. A truck has crashed into a large crowd of protesters outside of McDonald's. Let's go right now live to our own Mallory Pearson. Mallory, what can you tell us?
Hi, Christine. Yeah, right now I am along Dordt Highway between Lapeer and Lippincott, just near that McDonald's at the corner of Lapeer Road and Dordt Highway. There was a protest walking down the street, people protesting minimum wage. These are fast food workers, not just McDonald's, but multiple fast food restaurants were walking down the street when that maroon truck collided with multiple people as they were walking. Once the collision happened, the truck tried to swerve out of the way. That's when the Consumer Energy truck collided with that vehicle as well. There were multiple people on the roadway. Our photographer was actually here when it all happened. He tells us that multiple victims were laying on the ground. We did speak with police just a couple of minutes ago, and they told us that about half a dozen people were transported to Hurley Hospital from this scene. Now, it's still an active scene, as you can tell, completely blocked off right now from Lippincott to Lapeer Road, just towards this end of the roadway. So as you're seeing right now on your screen, there are multiple police units here still working to figure out what is happening. Consumers Energy also on site, of course, due to the fact that their truck did collide with the maroon truck that is said to be the one that hit multiple people as they were walking down the road. At this time, we're still not sure of the condition of those people that were struck. According to police, we will be getting an update soon, hopefully within the next hour or so. They are supposed to be updating us on exactly what they know right now. Of course, the conditions of those half a dozen people that were transported, and we'll be live at the scene all morning long, continuing to bring you updates as they are made available to us. For right now, though, if you are heading out the door, do avoid this portion of Dordt Highway between Lippincott and Lapeer as the investigation is ongoing.
Hello, I'm Christine Winter. We are following some breaking news out of Flint this morning where a truck crashed into a large crowd of people, protesters outside a McDonald's restaurant. Let's check in now with Mark Bullion. He's live there on the scene. Can you tell us where you're at, Mark, and what you see?
Yeah, good morning, Christine. Good morning, Mid-Michigan. We apologize about those technical difficulties we were having just a few minutes ago. Obviously, standing behind me here, I am on the other side of the crime tape. It is still a very active scene, what we're dealing with out here. You heard from Mallory just a couple minutes ago. But again, this was all for the workers, fast food workers with Fight for 15 coming out, doing a peaceful protest, for they want to unionize, and obviously it took a little bit of a scary and very sad turn. Again, the conditions of the half dozen or so that were hospitalized, not known at this time, a lot of unknowns. I did talk to a couple witnesses that were involved with Fight for 15, and they, as you can imagine, were very, very shaken up by this whole ordeal. They came out here with a mission, and they were completely blindsided by what happened, and so a lot of people just very hesitant to even want to talk yet on camera. They're just kind of processing it, and they're actually in that hall right across the street right now. I haven't seen too much in the way of activity as far as the actual protests going to be resuming. I know Gretchen Whitmer, Flint Mayor Karen Weaver, as well as Flint City Council leaders are supposed to be out here. I have not seen any of them. It's not known, again, when this will resume. It's still an active crime scene, but of course, we're going to be staying on top of this throughout the morning and hope to gather a lot more information and bring that to you, of course, on our noon newscast. And of course, if we do hear anything breaking, we'll be able to deliver it to you right here as well as online. But I will go ahead and send it back to you, Christine, in the studio.
All right, Mark Bullion live. Thank you. And again, this was the McDonald's at Dordt Highway and Lippincott, where a truck crashed into a group of protesters. Several people were on the ground, according to our crews who were already there shooting the protests. And that truck did hit it. Might have been part of a chain reaction crash. That's what we are being told from our crew there. But we do know that several people were down on the ground. And this is a live look right now. That rally set up for workers to protest the right to form unions. As Mark just mentioned, there were going to be several people there This is going to be bringing in gubernatorial candidates and the mayor. We are going to update you as more information comes in or if we get any word on injuries. And be sure to also check out our ABC 12 Facebook page. That's it for this special report. Thank you. An update on breaking news in Flint, where a truck crashed into a group of protesters outside a McDonald's. Here's ABC 12's Mallory Pearson.
Yeah, just about an hour or two ago, we did have an incident here along Dordt Highway between Lapeer and Lippincott, where there were protesters walking down Dordt Highway protesting, hoping to form a union. This is fast food workers. They were walking to McDonald's, and while that was happening, this maroon truck pulled out from the east side of Dordt Highway, striking multiple people. It appears he then tried to swerve, striking the Consumers Energy truck, stopping him in his tracks. According to police on scene, multiple people were transported. You can see there on the ground still the signs laying there, coffee cups abandoned. People visibly shaken up here at the scene right now, still very active while police are trying to figure out what exactly happened. And just released on Twitter a statement from Gretchen Whitmer saying, she states, quote, "I was in Flint for the rally this morning and am incredibly sad that so many people were hurt. We're still waiting on a statement to be released from police officially, so that will be coming hopefully within the next hour or so. But as of right now, what we do have confirmed is that about half a dozen people were transported from the scene. They were talking at the time of being transported, so hopefully that means that there are not any serious injuries, but police say that about half a dozen people were taken to Hurley Hospital from this scene along Dordt Highway between Lippincott and Lapeer roads. That's when a truck did run through people protesting. We'll keep you updated throughout the morning.
All right, Mallory Pearson, thank you. We will also update you online and on our ABC 12 Facebook page. Be sure to join us also for a complete report and wrap up at noon. Thanks. Breaking news in Flint, several people were hurt this morning when a truck crashed into a large group of protesters. ABC 12's Mallory Pearson is live now with an update. Mallory?
You know, really not sure what's really happening so far. Police still out here trying to really put together what happened. There are signs on the road, as you can tell, from when protesters walking down Dordt Highway towards Lapeer and Dordt Highway. That's when they were struck by this maroon truck as it was turning out of some sort of drive or road from the east side of Dordt Highway. Once it did hit people, it then collided with a Consumers Energy truck afterwards, and that kind of stopped everything. Our photographer was actually on scene, saw everything happen, tells us that it kind of turned into pandemonium. People were trying to make sure everyone was okay, obviously, and police on scene tell us that they were transported, about half a dozen people transported after being struck by this maroon truck. They were then transported to Hurley Hospital where they are being treated. Police say that as of right now, we still don't have an update on the condition of those injured. They did say, though, that they were transported, and while they were in the ambulances, they were talking, they were coherent, so hopefully that is good news. Gretchen Whitmer actually was in Flint at the time. She says she is saddened by the events and hopes that everyone is okay. We'll continue to bring you team coverage throughout the morning right here on ABC 12 News.
All right, Mallory, thanks so much, and we will have much more on this in just a moment. Again, a truck hitting a group of protesters rallying outside of McDonald's in Flint. Live update and team coverage right after this. Stay with us.
What did you see?
Well, when I got here, I was supposed to come out and do a story. We were going to do a story on all these people trying to create awareness for the November ballot. And so I was just walking down Dordt Highway. They actually had the northbound side of Dordt Highway shut down. Police were escorting these people down the road, and I could just see a sea of people, and I was making my way. I got close to them, and all of a sudden I heard like a crash, and I heard people screaming, and all the people on the road were scattering and like moving like over to the grass area, getting out of Dordt Highway. There was a lot of people tending to people on the streets. There were people, from what I saw, looked unconscious. The first thing I did was just try to get up as close as I could and, you know, start start taking video of it.
And unfortunately, you said that it was this truck. Where did he come from, right? I mean, it just pulled out, right?
I had no idea. You know, there were so many people in the street. I mean, I couldn't even see the truck. Like, all I could see was people, and then I heard people screaming as it came through, and then I seen the Consumers Energy truck, which was it was heading south on Dordt Highway. I seen that kind of, you know, hit the truck. So.
And once everything happened, once the people were in the ground, how many police showed up? Was it kind of a swarm to help?
Yeah, well, it was crazy. It was like the police were already here, you know, which, I mean, that was great. But, yeah, I mean, they were calling in ambulances and trying to corral all the people that were out here. I mean, obviously, people were pretty upset, so.
Of course, still an active scene right now. Tony, our photographer, did witness what happened. Like he just said, it was kind of pandemonium once everything occurred. At this point, what we do know from police, about half a dozen people were transported with unknown injuries right now to Hurley Hospital, and police said that at this point what they can tell us is that they still don't know what's happening. What they know is they are working to figure out mapping the roadway to see where the truck came from, what happened when it did hit the people. Tony says it was dark, and though it was dark, there were police out here on scene with lights corralling people off. So we're still trying to learn more. We'll keep you updated on the conditions of those people and, of course, the investigation as we get more information. Larry, Christine.
Now, Mallory, can you tell us where is the road actually shut down there? I mean, if folks trying to get through that area, where do they need to avoid?
Yeah, Larry, the incident occurred along Dordt Highway between Lapeer and Lippincott. As of right now, it's still blocked off. So if you are traveling, you will have to avoid the portion of Dordt Highway between Lippincott Road and Lapeer Road. It is completely shut down at this point as the investigation is still ongoing. It doesn't look like it's going to be opening anytime soon. So as you are leaving for your morning commute or traveling anywhere, just avoid Dordt Highway because it is completely shut down, as well as the businesses along the roadway. You cannot access them at this point.
All right, Mallory, thanks. That's, of course, on Flint's southeast side. Now, ABC 12's Mark Bullion is also live on the scene.
Yeah, Mark, you've been there. You were going to cover this rally. Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, Larry and Christine, honestly, as far as I know, I am not even sure if it's going to even be taking place anymore. I have heard a number of conflicting reports. If you see behind me here, we still just got a number of people involved with Fight for 15. They've been talking back and forth, but I've heard yes, they're going to march. I've heard no, they're going to march. But a lot of people, they are staying very, very tight-lipped for some reason about all of this. Of course, I mean, we are here. We're waiting to see what is going to come out of this. I talked with the Reverend who's in charge, and he said he is going to be talking to me. I have yet to hear from him. In fact, he is right there. Reverend, can you give us a statement yet? Nothing? There you saw it. That is what I've been getting the last hour or so. So as soon as I know anything and can bring it to you, of course I will. But for now, I'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Mark, can you tell us exactly what kind of rally it is? What was the purpose for them being there in the first place?
Absolutely, absolutely. This was for workers with Fight for 15. It's a nationwide rally meant to gear people up who are in the fast food industry, other industries. They're out to essentially say that, you know, they want to unionize and that they're fighting to have $15 an hour pay. And, you know, a lot of these people are from different areas down in Metro Detroit, up here in Flint. This is going to be an effort that is supposed to be taking off starting today and is going to last the next couple of days. This is all, of course, ahead of the November election. A lot on the plate. I know Democratic gubernatorial candidate Gretchen Whitmer, she was out here, I believe, yes, she was. And in fact, she did give us a statement. I'm going to see if I can bring that up here on my phone. She was out here and she was supposed to be a part of this along with Flint Mayor Karen Weaver. I have yet to see them. Let me see if I can pull that quick quote up here. Yeah, here we go. Gretchen Whitmer released a statement on Twitter earlier. She said, "I was in Flint for the rally this morning, and I'm incredibly sad that so many people were hurt." So again, have not seen her yet. It's not clear what's going to be happening, if they are going to be protesting, but of course we're going to stay on top of it and keep you updated, guys.
All right, Mark, we'll continue to follow that. Thanks so much.
And we will, of course, continue to follow the scene throughout the morning and bring you updates as the situation warrants. We now go back to regular programming.